Hey. Hey, good morning. Good morning to everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Just give it a second as everybody's coming in today. Hey, good morning, Sister Phyllis. Hey, Sister Sarah. Good morning. Brother Garnett, good to have you on. Rube, what's going on, man? P. Austin 78. Hey. Sister Sheila, Brother Kenneth. Hello. Lolitha, good morning to you. Deacon Doe, Terry, missed a few people right there. Coming in quick. Come on in. Come on in. I see you guys are inviting followers. We appreciate the invites always. And there we go. I see hearts. I see pink hearts. Let me see what other color hearts do we have. Anybody want to kind of give heart? Turquoise hearts, yellow, green. I know we got a blue heart in there somewhere. Hey, Sister Cheryl. Pastor White, good morning to you. Pastor Pam Whitaker, hello. J.E., what's going on, man? Sister Ronnie, go. There it is, blue heart. I see yellow, purple, blue. Appreciate those hearts. Thank you very much. And let me just say, while we're sharing, if you hear anything that resonates with you, click it, touch the screen again. Some of you that may be new to Periscope, if you just tap the middle of your screen, then it'll send a heart. And that heart really is just your kind of amen or I agree. I would appreciate that. Hello, good morning to everyone. There were a list of people who just came on. I missed you. Apologize for not calling your names out. Sister Bugs, I did see you come on. Good morning. Rob, hey, man. Good morning. Good morning. We are, hey, First Lady Bellamy. We are in the middle of this Maxing Your Potential series, right? Really just talking about how to maximize your potential. We've talked about potential being a couple of things. One, potential is like a bowl, and you can fill up your bowl, you can fill up your bowl and it appears that your potential is max. But what we like to do is give you more information, equip you with more tools. And when we do that, it enlarges your bowl, which in turn maximizes your potential. And then there is the juggling example, right? Where the juggler, every good juggler knows that life is about balance and priority. That you aren't a good juggler because you hold everything in your hand. You're a good juggler because you found a balance between what to hold in your hand and what to throw up. And there are moments where you have to throw some things up, and when you let them go, it doesn't mean that they aren't in your control. It's somebody else controlling it. God is working on it while it's not in your hands, and eventually he'll give it back to you. Today, when we talk about maximizing your potential, as we kind of jump right into it, we really want to talk about preparation versus performance. Yesterday we talked about patience over pursuit, that sometimes you want to slow down. But today is about preparation over performance. It's similar to being patient. But I think even more than being patient, what preparation says is be intentional about taking the time to be equipped, taking the time to prepare, taking the time to put yourself in the position so that when it's performance time, you have everything you need to get the job done without having to pause, without having to rewind, without having to go backwards. And so today, I guess the question I want to ask is, how well have you prepared? Many people talk about the goals they have, the dreams that they want to fulfill, some ambitions you have. Listen, be ambitious, have the dreams, have the goals. But how have you prepared? I know people who want to pursue ministry. So my question is, how have you prepared? What's your devotional life like? Have you invested time, energy, and money into studying to prepare for that particular ministry pursuit? There are people who want to start businesses. That's great. I believe that entrepreneurship is a great venture, but how have you prepared? Have you Googled or sought after others who are in that business field? Have you written a business plan? Have you taken the time to see how much is really going to cost? The Bible is clear. No one decides to build without first counting the cost. What is the upfront investment going to be? Prepare for it. You know what I found? I found that many people cut off their dreams and they curtail what really could be a great future for them because they don't prepare. Some people will say, I can't do this because it's going to cost this much, or I can't afford it. I don't have the time to go back to school, or I don't know the people that'll help get me here. But what you've done is you've really cut off what could be a promising future, all because you didn't prepare. A short moment of preparation would have shown you that it may not cost as much as you think, or that it may not require as much time as you've already preconceived. There must be moments where you decide to prepare before you perform. And what preparation does is set you up for the best performance. No one makes it to the NBA finals or performs on a basketball court without first going to practice. No choir or individual sings their best song without first having some rehearsal. There is no perfect dish that is cooked or prepared by any chef that first hasn't had the prep time where all of the ingredients have been gathered, all of the bowls and cooking pans have been brought out, and the tools have been gathered. No one performs at their best without first having some serious preparation. And today, I'm not sure what field you're in. What I'm asking though is, have you prepared? I just toss this out there for those who are preaching or who are public speakers. Have you prepared? Just because you are a gifted speaker or orator doesn't mean that you should lack preparation, but you should study. A couple of preparation tips from me personally, just in my everyday. If I'm meeting with someone, whoever they are, whether I know them or not, I prepare. I Google them, I check them out on Facebook, I look them up, I read about them, so that in the conversation, I have as much information as I need to have a very competent conversation. Now, they may not know it, and I may not bring up in the conversation everything I know, but I prepare for that conversation. Before our scopes, I try to do these off the cuff, extemporaneously, but there is some preparation done where I'll pause and just kind of read a couple of ideas, look for some quotes, because I want to come in prepared. Before every ministry engagement, I don't just prepare the sermon, but I look at the area. I may drive around to see what the local stores are. I may look to see what the mascot is of local schools. I may, look online to see what current events are taking place in that particular city or geographical area. That is an act of preparation. And here's what I've learned. I've learned that there is some benefit, not just in how you perform when you prepare, but I really believe God honors the time that you put in preparation by enhancing, what is the performance moment. And of course, I'm using the word performance lightly because obviously in ministry, we don't perform. But on your job or in your relationships, with your finances, you want to be much more astute and educated in your financial pursuits. Study, find out what the stock market does. Ask people about what they are investing in and how to invest, what companies they're using, what minerals and metals are on the peak right now or at peak right now that you should purchase, because it's in the preparation that you really find quality performance. Here's a quote that I often use. It's not new and I didn't come up with it. I'm sure I heard it somewhere. I can't remember where. But what I've learned is what you do in private will always overflow into your public. Better stated, your public performance receives its power from your private preparation. Nobody sees the prep. No one sees the extra work. No one sees the behind the scenes until it's time to perform. And today, if you're going to maximize your potential is best seen, best used after you have done proper preparation. I'm not sure what it's going to take, but what I do know is that the more you prepare, the better you'll perform. So today, prepare. Read an extra book. Les Brown recommends that you read at least 30 pages a day. That's preparation. I recommend finding a quote a day. Whether you use it or not, look up a quote. Biblically, and for those who are in discipleship, you should be reading, a few verses a day. You don't have to read an entire book or entire passage, but you want to prepare for what is ahead for you spiritually every day. You want to have a conversation with someone who knows what's happening before it happens. In short, that's prayer. Prayer is a great way to prepare for what is ahead. Look, you won't always have time in the moment to get prepared, to find a verse, to find a prayer, or to do the research. So do it in advance. And what you will do is you will thrust yourself into a future brighter than your past. Today, get prepared, because what is ahead is greater than what has already been. Hope you guys been blessed. Thank you guys for the hearts. I see all of the hearts. And again, I thank you for the share. And I look forward to seeing how God uses you and how you achieve more than what you thought or could imagine simply because you took the time to prepare. Be blessed today.